teacher, he is the master of that skill. So it must be something key, core part of the skill in it. So I decided that, oh, I would follow what teacher suggests to me. Okay. Knowing, not doing, still not knowing. So if you do know something really, really great and you agree with me, please do that. Otherwise, that's in vain. No gain. Okay, let's look at the first paragraph and then let's have some break. So you can see there's swimming pool there, right? The girl, very brave, right? Jump into the water. And can you read some English word? A little bit curry, difficult to recognize, but look at it very carefully. We can see speaking, risk, success, understanding, motivation, reading, culture, language, goals, strategy, listening. This is not just English words. You circle, please, during the break, you circle, underline those words. Okay, for example, speaking. If you feel speaking so important, you give it a lot of circle. For example, you think you need more motivation. Underline third time. What I'm teaching you now, this is not just ordinary words. For example, if you don't know strategy, maybe you think that the strategy now you know sucks, very bad. You need a better teacher, you need to change another better teacher. That is a strategy. But if you think that what your really problem is, you don't have the goal. You don't have the goal. Please underline your goal. What's your goal? Okay? Maybe what you need is culture. What's your purpose? Learn language. Actually, language and the culture, they are indivisible. We see, oh, people learn language without knowing the culture. Actually, that's not real learning. Language is inside the culture. You got to love the culture. For example, the best way to know the culture, of course, traveling. Living in that country, the second to the best might be watching the movie if you don't get a chance. Watching the movie have a natural talking, very interesting story inside. You naturally know the culture. Those are the best way. Okay? So please do things, for example, the writing. If your goal is writing, okay? And then you think yourself as that girl. You jumped into it. You decide, you take action, not just hearing and let go. Hearing, you know the method, you know the teacher. Every week I come here to encourage you, but after class, still do nothing. I'll be very mad at this. Okay? But if you really do, even little success, I'll be very, very happy, just like a Bill case. Bill, because he said to me he was very happy about his current improving. Not the perfection, but the feeling of the improving. So what do you circle? What word have you circled? Can you show me? Speaking? Okay, what's your? Culture. Good. What's your word you circle? Motivation. Ah, you need a motivation. What will you have circled? Circle 就是圈起来啊。我刚刚不是讲半天说你们在我刚刚讲这个 exercise 很重要。你看到哪些字不懂的，跟我讲。 有里面有好丑的字吗？我看你自己，你的阅读单写给我看，我看你写的多漂亮。说人家写的好丑。这里面的字都很关键，它不是只是英文字而已。我刚刚跟各位同学讲，如果你觉得你欠的是 motivation 画3个圈。如果你但是你不要每一个圈都画，每一个都画就是等于没有画，选出3个就好。如果你是欠缺目标，缺目标，里面有一个叫 success， 对不对？有没有人圈 success？ 有没有？奇怪，怎么我这一班到底是怎么了？都你们平常都在干嘛？上课都不太愿意讲话。Success 有没有人圈 success？ OK。How many of you choose speaking? Raise your hand. Please raise your hand. Speaking. Not too many. Okay, put you down. Put your hands down. How many of you choose motivation? Oh, okay, thank you. How many of you choose writing? Okay, writing, suggestion, you should read a lot. You naturally write better. How many of you choose listening? Listening. Okay. If you find your listening is very important, you are on the right track. You listen, you improve listening and speaking at the same time. At the same time. And still you do writing, you find you listen better. How many of you choose reading? Okay, because everybody now, the power of reading. How many of you choose culture? Culture. Only one? Okay, traveling, help. Watch movies. Watch movie. Let a lot of culture inside. Read the popular literature published in that country. That's the cultural things. Of course, it's not from the textbook. All these things is not from the culture tied together with arts, music, with novel. Okay? How many of you circle strategies? You know what is strategies? Strategy 就是策略 method. You don't know how to improve. You don't know how. You don't know the tool. Please raise your hand. So, you know. You are not knowing, right? Everybody knows how to improve. Okay, very good. I'm very excited. How many of you choose risks? Risk. What is risk? Okay, you already know if you do something, you will grow, but you just not doing it because you feel so uncomfortable, so nervous, taking risks. For example, you find an American needing help. You know if you talk to him, your language will improve, but you just hesitate. That's a risk. You are not going to do that because you are afraid of taking risks. Okay? How many of you? And maybe you are not circle this. If this is a part of you, please raise your hand. No? Everybody is so great. 你们都不怕吗？是你吗？是你吗？ Okay. If you are not this is not on the list. You are not human. Every human being, it's natural. It's natural. If you say that I'm not afraid of anything, you may have this problem. It's natural. Learning a language, foreign language, it's natural. You may be outgoing. Some people more shy. But it's natural. You have afraid. It's natural. Okay? Okay, so let's look at the context. So far in the book, you have studied the following topics: your own learning style and preferences. Your learning style. I talk a lot about this, right? My suggestion, probably not the best learning style for you. You may listen to me and pick up something and do it. That become your preference. Some work better, some work worse, right? But you may find, oh, you are pretty enjoy doing something and you feel very happy. You know this word preference. Can you say preference? Can you say preference? What is preference? What is preference? Hello, everybody say preference. Okay, so what is preference? Preference is the things that you prefer. And something you are not prefer. They are all about your preference. In computer software, you will often find there's an option you can set this software preference, right? Preference. 喜好. You want this software have different setting. You can change their preferences. Okay? You may change the screen resolution, the color resolution, the mouse response. Maybe you click the right button, they pop up a new window. Maybe you don't want to use the right button. You can set up how you use the software. That's a preference, right? So what is your learning preference, learning style? Your preference, of course, is the things that you pretty enjoy doing, right? Okay, so motivation, usually tied with goal. Your goal may influence your motivation. Right? You think something important, your motivation, you know it well. But if you don't have the goal, of course you may probably don't have a motivation because you don't know where's your destination. If you say to you, okay, this month or next year, I'm going to go to a foreign country, traveling. Oh, so good. That's your goal, right? And of course you will say, oh, I would like to save some money because I want to reach goal. So where your motivation from is you want to reach the goal. So they are not separate things. If you don't have a goal, naturally, you probably don't have a big motivation. If you have the motivation, usually you already have the goal in some way.